PT. So today we're going to consider some aspects of how to write essay in PT or PT writing. By the way, we've already made a video on PT essay made easy. We have considered certain aspects like what matters and what doesn't matter in the essay. So maybe you should look into that video before watching it. But today we're going to consider the entire thing of essay as to what matters, what doesn't matter, how to write, what is the structure we have to follow, and how to get good marks in essay. So stay tuned for the entire video. Let's go to the chapter number 14. How to write an essay. Okay, the very first question before us is how to write an essay. But before that, I would like to go to a question: how you are scored in the essay. So the answer is very simple. You just have to go to the internet, type download Pearson score guide. You will get a document. Check the document. You can easily come across this, which I've pasted here. You're scored with a lot of things. The first I would say is content, 3 marks if you adequately deal with the prompt. What's a prompt? There will be a question in the essay. You need to understand the question and answer that question. For example, if the question is whether TV is good or bad, give the opinion with examples. And if you are answering it with advantages and disadvantages, you might not get full marks there, because the software, we know that the question asked is TV is good or bad, but he's talking about advantages and disadvantages, so that won't work. Sorry. So know that content is 3 marks if you adequately deal with the prompt. Form, it's easy. If you write between 200 to 300 words, you get 2 marks. You don't have to write 270, 290. That's not required. So please know this. In my final attempt, when I got 19 writing, I had written 211 words. So telling it doesn't matter as long as you have a very good structure and you develop the content in a much easier way to understand things. So 2 marks for development, structure, and coherence. That's the written discourse which appears at the end of the score report. That's the written discourse. And you get 2 marks if you have shown a good development and logical structure. 1 is incidentally less well structured and some elements are poorly linked. Okay, mainly they're talking about linking, so please know that. Then grammar, 2 marks. General linguistics range. Okay, what's this? Exhibits smooth mastery of a wide range of language to formulate thoughts precisely. Give emphasis, differentiate, and eliminate ambiguity. Okay, ambiguous in nature. Okay, no sign that the staker is restricted in what they want to communicate. Know this, you should exhibit a smooth mastery of wide range of language. That means they are basically checking if you have a good flow in writing, or you're fluent in writing. Can you write in a way which is not ambiguous. We are going to talk each and everything in detail. 2 for vocabulary, good command of a broad lexical repertoire, idiomatic expressions, and colloquialisms. Okay, vocabulary is not that you use some hi-fi word you get good marks. It's certainly not that. Whatever the word that suits for that context, use that. I'm telling you will get good marks. I didn't use any of the new hi-fi words. I didn't learn something like that. I just managed to write the word which suits that particular phrase. I think that's the best thing you can do. And spelling, okay, the cut over there, spelling is 2 marks. So if you have written a good, the correct spelling for almost all the words, then you'll get 2 marks. So 2 is 2 marks, or 3 is 3 marks. We don't know, that Pearson doesn't reveal. But maybe we can consider essay as a major weightage towards writing. Okay, so that's what I've listed down here. Content 3, form 2, grammar 2 marks, general linguistic range 2 marks, vocabulary 2 marks, spelling 2 marks, discourse 2 marks. Okay, let's talk about the structure. See, I don't mind if you have any structure, but as long as it is logically making sense, I think it should be fine. The one I've listed down here is having a 4-paragraph structure. Introduction, content development 1, content development 2, and conclusion. You can have any structure you want, like introduction and paragraph 2 alone, content development, and paragraph 3 conclusion. Yes, can I do that? Yes, you can do that. So any structure is fine as long as it's making logically sense, and if you know how to abide by the rules of the structure and how to write in terms of the coherence between
the sentences, how you link the sentences within a structure that matters the most. So the structure I've given is paragraph 1, you introduce it, introduction. Paragraph 2, you develop the content of 1. Paragraph 3, you talk about another content. Paragraph 4, conclusion. Okay, but today in this video, we're going to concentrate on paragraph 2, the content development 1. Okay, yeah. So there are 4 paragraphs, basically not 4 sentences, 4 paragraphs. In paragraph 2, we're going inside. So content development 1. Here again, you can have any number of, any kind of structure you want. But the one I listed is 4-sentence structure. You can have a 3-sentence structure. You can have a 5-sentence structure. Yes, definitely have a 5-sentence structure. There's no problem in having as many different kinds of structures as you want, as long as you write the structure in a way that links all the sentences coherently. That is what is required. You have to develop the content in a way that computer understands it and appreciates you with a reward of 90 out of 90. That is what is expected of you. So let's see the paragraph 2. Sorry, yeah, content development 1. What I have given is sentence 1, sentence 2, 3, and 4 sentences. Only 4 sentences. The first sentence talks about introduction. Second is continue talking about introduction. It's like you go to a debate competition and you are up front in front of a lot of people, and you hold the mic and say, "Hi, my name is so and so. I'm from this school. Today I'm going to talk about so and so topic." So that's the continuation of the introduction. So maybe you can use this introduction, continue talking about introduction, then give an example and then conclude it. Or you can maybe say introduction, then talk about a specific problem. It's like you go to a doctor and say, "Hi doctor, my name is Nakulai. I have a headache since 2 days." So you directly talk about the specific problem and then continue talking about the problem and then give a solution. Any structure is fine as long as you know how to use it. So today I'm going to show you how to generate the thoughts, how to make use of the structure, and how to get a good point. Let's see. The question we have is, sorry, is television good or bad? Some people think television is good. What is your opinion? Explain your point of view by giving your observation and examples. Okay, what's the prompt? They are asking you something. Obviously, in any essay there will be a question. They might ask you to discuss it. They might ask you to argue it. They might ask you to give something out of it. So understand, is television good or bad? What's your opinion? That means they're asking you to say, in your opinion, is television good, or in your opinion, television bad? So you have to only speak about television good or bad, and how you do it, it's up to you. So the prompt is television good or bad. So how do we generate the thoughts? The very first step, how do we generate the thoughts? How do we complete the entire essay in just 20 minutes of time we have? We have to proofread it. Also, we have to write so-called important points. Okay. To be frank, the important points or whatever we have set up a mind with, it's not true here, because the computer will not know what is more important or what is less important. I tell you how it works. It only knows that few words only go with few words. Maybe doctor always goes with medicine or hospital. Yes. And doctor doesn't go with railway station. But that doesn't mean that doctor can't enter railway station, isn't it? The doctor doesn't work in railway station, but doctor can go in the train. Of course, he will have to enter the railway station if he can go in the train. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you can write whatever that comes to your mind, as long as you write relevant to the topic. In my previous video on essay, had given a different example just to tell you what is more important. It doesn't mean that you have to write completely gibberish. Even if you write, you might get away with a good score, I'm not sure, but do not risk it. Write something relevant, that should be fine. So please note, write something relevant, not too close thinking, that matters, this matters. I have to go with a very important point. All those things don't matter. Something relevant to the topic. So I'm going to show you how do we write. Okay. First thing I have noted down is objects. That's the method I normally go with. The moment you see the subject called television, think of all the topics you can think of with respect to television, and you can talk about it. So television, whenever I come across the word television, the first word that comes to my mind is entertainment, or maybe knowledge, information, maybe sports. Yes, I would sports news. It comes in knowledge only. Health and fitness, anything. I just noted down. I didn't spend much time. I just spent maybe max of 20 seconds on it. I just noted down what all things I can write with. Now, there's nothing like you have to choose only this and true. You have to choose only this. This is what I meant in my first essay. You can choose anything. There's nothing like more important, less important. Anything, but how you represent it, how you develop it, that is the main thing, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Suppose I choose knowledge or information, both almost the same. How do I write it? How do I write it? Suppose this is the thing. Sentence 1, introduction. Sentence 2, continue talking about the introduction. Sentence 3, give an example. Sentence 4, conclusion. Okay. Now I'm going to write introduction. So choose an object. I'm going to choose the knowledge. So I'm going to write television is an important source of knowledge. Yes, I have been to typing classes, so no wonder why I type fast. Yeah, television is an important source of knowledge. I wrote about knowledge. Now the important point, how do you develop the content? This is what is this. General linguistic range and development structure and coherence. How do you develop it? After giving the introduction, I'm talking about second sentence. Now paraphrase it. How do I develop? So sentence 1, television is an important source of knowledge. I talked about knowledge the television gives. That's one of the objects with which I can talk about television. Now I should continue talking about the knowledge. I can't say the advantages are numerous. No, I can't say that. This is where the written discourse comes in the picture, or general linguistic range comes into the picture. The coherence, how do you relate? So the thing is simple, choose an object, develop the object. Television is an important source of knowledge. Now I'm going to write the knowledge or the information given on television is of paramount significance, or I can use the case of the word, the information given on television will help us to know what's happening across the world. The information given on television will help us to know what is happening across the world. So now you see, I wrote about knowledge. I chose knowledge. That is the main objective, and I developed the content. I wrote about knowledge, then I continue talking about one. It's as simple as this. You write the first one, television is an important source of knowledge. Then you question yourself, why do you think television is an important source of knowledge? Whatever the answer you get, you just write that. It will be relevant to the thing you already mentioned in one. So the information given on television will help us to know what is happening across the world. That's the second sentence, which is linking to the one. It's an important source of knowledge. Why it's an important source of knowledge? Because the information given on television will help us to know what is happening across the world. So now I have to give an example, but that example should again link to and one. That's the essence of it. So I'm going to write, for example, I have to mention about knowledge. I have to talk about information. I have to talk about what's happening across the world. That's as simple as that. So I'm going to take news program, for example, news program in the television, or news program in the television will explain us many things that are currently happening in remote places. News program in the TV will explain us what is happening across remote places in the world. So now if you see it here, I talked about knowledge, I talked about information, what's happening across the world. Now I talk about news program. That means I'm paraphrasing the information and what's happening across the world with a sentence. For example, news program in the TV will explain us what's happening across remote places in the world. Now, fourth sentence, I had to conclude it. How do I conclude it? That's one of the things. I have to conclude in 4, which links 1, 2, and 3. And also, the prompt it should deal. What's the prompt? Do you think television is good or bad? Say that. Thus, okay, let's shorten it to TV. Thus, TV is extremely helpful, or thus television can be extremely good for those who watch it to improve their knowledge. I addressed the prompt that was asked here, and I spirally linked 1, 2, and 3. It's like I talked about the objects of television, the knowledge, and then I paraphrased the knowledge, saying the information or the knowledge shared in television will help us to know what's happening across the world. And then I took a stance of what is happening across the world and the information. I just combined them and told, for example, news program in the TV will explain us what's happening across remote places in the world. They're all linking, by the way. I didn't mention, for example, the advantages of the television are numerous. No, it's completely irrelevant. So something relevant to the 2 I'm linking here. So that means I have a good flow in writing and the coherence. I completely maintained it. Thus, in the 4th sentence, thus TV can be extremely good. I address the prompt. Please know that. For those who watch it to improve their knowledge, I'm linking the 4 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So that means I have a good coherence, whatever I've written it. So let's check it. Let's check it. Suppose I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay, and yes, this is what I did. Let's put the numbering. Let's do the restart numbering. Okay, so like that, I guess. Oh no, it's not coming. Okay, let's see. This is. Please bear with me for a minute. Okay. Okay, I don't know why the numbering is not coming. Okay, let's write it. Okay. So now if I ask you to reorder it, how do you do it? Independent sentence, television is an important source of knowledge. 1, knowledge, subject, object, the information given on TV will help us to know what's happening across the world. Then after 1, 3 follows 1. Thus TV can be extremely good, or for example, so it's of course for example and then conclusion. So 1, 3, 4, 2. I think that is what we have it here. Television is an important source of knowledge. The information given on television will help us to know what's happening across the world. For example, news program in the television will explain us what's happening across remote places. Thus, TV can be extremely good for those who watch it to improve their knowledge. So So basically my point is, when you try to reorder, you should end up in the same sequence whatever you've written. And if you end up in the same sequence, that means you really have written it in a way that there is no ambiguity. There is no ambiguous things for the computer to weigh, and it's of course linked coherently. So what I'm telling you is, try this method. You will definitely, I mean, if you have done a mistake, you will definitely know, okay, this is ambiguous, maybe I should reconsider it. Definitely you do it. So let's take a small different example of what, how to write a similar one by choosing maybe entertainment. Okay, I chose knowledge or the information here. Now let's see how to write using entertainment. Again, I'm telling you, content, don't give too much importance. Don't have to think too much on the content, whether should I write this, write that. No. How do I write it? How do I represent it is which makes a difference to the system. The nuance of the argument, the system will not know, as long as you write relevant to the television, something relevant. Some words go with television, right? Television, entertainment, addiction, a lot of words go with the television. So just write them with the meaningful sentences and develop it. So we'll take the next example, simple one. I would write about entertainment. I would write the same thing. Television is an important source of entertainment. Let's put capital entertainment. Now second sentence, I'm going to ask, why do I think television is an important source of entertainment? Maybe I could see the entertainment given by the TV, or the entertainment, anything you just talk about why it's an important source of entertainment. The entertainment television gives us is of paramount significance, is of paramount significance in most of the people's life. Okay, I talked about entertainment in the beginning. I paraphrased entertainment. I said the entertainment TV gives us is of paramount significance in most of the people's life. So if you look at my sentence, they're not like very hi-fi kind of, or someone who is an English professor writes. No, it's a simple sentence, but I'm just developing the content in a better way. So for example, I would say there are many people who are happy in their life by watching the entertaining programs in television. That's okay, because I'm talking about it's of paramount significance. Now I paraphrase it in the example. Why did I say they are of paramount significance? For example, there are many people who are happy in their life by watching the entertaining programs in television. That sounds good. For example, there are many people who are happy in their life by watching entertaining programs in the television. It's not TV, by the way, it's television. Thus, TV can be so entertaining, or you can see TV can be extremely good. You can continue with that. Extremely good for those who watch it for entertainment. So if you see it here again, I'm going to give you a small thing here. Please note something really, really important. Okay. Yep. In one, I talked about source of entertainment. That's an object I chose and I developed the content. The entertainment TV gives is of paramount significance in most of people's life. I consider the people, I consider entertainment. Now I'm going to combine them. There are many people who are happy in their life by watching entertaining programs in the TV. Thus, TV can be extremely good for those who watch it for entertainment. There's nothing wrong. Maybe in a simple terms I've written, but the content, whatever I've developed, not the main points I'm talking about, the way I have developed the content is perfect for a computer. There's no ambiguity. There's no ambiguity. It knows that there's a perfect structure because example, I'm putting it in third sentence, second sentence, I'm just paraphrasing it in fourth sentence, I'm concluding it, and also I'm answering the prompt. So computer will be happy. Whatever it wanted, I've given it. It will be happy. On the other hand, I'm going to tell you one more thing. Television is an important source of entertainment. Maybe you can think of it as I have a small sapling or a plant with me. I'm gonna plant it in the soil. That is of a banyan tree, suppose. That's the first statement. Entertainment is like a banyan tree, small sapling of a banyan tree. Now second sentence is like I'm gonna water to the same banyan tree, not to the neem tree. I have to continue talking about entertainment only, not something else, not about information given on television. No, I can't do that because I have planted a sapling of the banyan tree. I have to water the banyan tree only. I can't water the neem tree. And then, for example, now the banyan tree has got branches. It has got some flowers. I'm going to wash the flowers off the banyan tree, not the neem tree. Okay, banyan tree don't get flowers. Let's see leaves. Sorry for that. Yeah. So there are some leaves I'm going to watch, but I'm watching only the leaf of a banyan tree, not the leaf of a neem tree. That means I talked about entertainment. I'm going to develop the content about only entertainment, not about sports or not about information or something like that. Please note that's what the coherency is. That's what non-ambiguous thing is. That's what the discourse is. So after doing it, just see if there can be any other ordering. No, it's not possible. This is the order. So you get a nice mark for discourse. So that's about writing an essay. We have considered the content development after introduction. So let me know if you guys have any doubts. You can comment in the comment section below. But what I'm telling you is whatever I told in the previous essay, that's only to tell you that important points don't matter. It's only how you develop. Here also we did using information, we did using entertainment. It doesn't matter. You can choose any other thing as well. You can choose addiction, you can choose any other thing as well. But the point is how you develop it. How you develop it makes most sense. So you should know this format, what I'm telling you. You can choose any structure, you can choose anything you want, but know that the way, there is a method, there is a way to develop the content. Do that. That's gonna tell the system that you have an exceptional writing skill. The flow is nice. It will know that, okay, this guy has got a nice flow. I'm gonna give him good marks irrespective of the minor mistakes he or she might have done in other sections. I'm gonna give good marks because I mean the computer has got the proof that okay, this guy is good. This guy is good. So know this method, develop the content, choose one thing. Don't have to think too much on like generating thoughts. Whatever that comes to your mind related to the topic, just write it. But how you write it, know this. I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching PT Gate. Subscribe our channel PT Gate. Like this video if you like it. Comment in the comment section if you have got any doubts. I'm there to clear it. Probably I might come up with more videos in the future. So let me know what videos you would like me to talk on. One has talked about fluency. They want me to talk about fluency. Very soon I'm going to come up with fluency. Give me some more time. So like this page, share this page if you think it's worthy of sharing it to your friends. We're going to do a lot of research like this. We're going to come up with a lot of videos and we're definitely going to help you secure a good marks in PT, and we promise you that. So that's all for today.